So, most of the stuff I'm going to bring up here are smaller details. None of these are going to make you a pro instantly as you change them, but, and that's a big but, every single one of them has positively impacted literally hundreds of people that I've personally coached. In every single first session I handle with every player, I do something called a setting review. This isn't just to look at their in-game settings though, it also gives me an understanding of the physical play area that they're working with. 9 out of 10 times, I find a problem somewhere in this review. 10 out of 10 times, when that problem is fixed, it positively impacts the person's play, usually instantly. So, without further ado, 10 pro gamer hacks that are guaranteed to improve your play. Number 1 is mouse movement or aim sensitivity. If you're playing any kind of game and you can get all you need done in this amount of movement, you're not doing yourself any favors. You may even think that you're stuck with your current thumbstick or mouse sensitivity, but you're not. I once told a guy who had been gaming on the same high sensitivity for more than a decade to drop it more than half. Amazing results came really quickly. Now, I'm not making a mouse sense guide here, there's like a million out there for every single game, but if you can navigate your entire screen, do a lot of turning or whatever with a gentle touch of your mouse or thumbstick, it's way too high. Reevaluate your sensitivity, follow a guide for your game. 2. Buttons. Are you playing with your hand like this on your keyboard or like this on your gamepad? This is, of course, an exaggeration. However, you can probably be playing in a more efficient manner than you currently are. Are any of your fingers completely still the entire game? Are you playing a game where you always need to use a certain key, but to use it, you have to take your finger off another important key that you're always using? As an example, action game players use WASD to move. E is usually used for an extra and very important ability. If there's ever a case where we need to move right and use this ability at the same time, either we're going to stutter in our head or we're going to get something wrong. Either way, this is a bad thing. While there are some exceptions, are you using the default control scheme? Why? Stop. Just stop that. You have extra mouse buttons. You have fingers just waiting to be used. Use them. 3. FOV or camera controls. Are you using the default FOV? Why? Have you increased it to the max, or are you looking at the game through a peephole? Stop and see if there's a setting, like ASAP. It'll change your life. It'll, dare I say it, give you a new perspective on the game. Additionally, is your camera always glued to you or your character? Are you sticking to the same camera mode all game? Is your blaster covering half of the screen? Are there options to play with? Usually there are. Look at what the pros are using. Number 4, low fidelity and guaranteed performance. Guaranteed performance is your game never running slow, chugging, missing even a single frame, or trying to display something that you're supposed to see. Low fidelity play is where you will see clear through explosions, have less sparkly garbage in your face, literally seeing through trees and bushes, or simply not seeing them at all, and the guy sneaking through them instead. Or in some cases, literally seeing around corners or objects, or even through them faster or better than the other guy. Look for a pro guide on these settings. Number 5, hertz. Are you playing on a 60 FPS monitor? Are you getting 60 frames? Great. Are you playing on a monitor that's supposed to get higher hertz? Are you absolutely sure you're getting those frames in your game and on your screen? You might be, but I've gotten to work with so many players that were not getting the frames they were supposed to, either through the settings of their television, monitor, computer, or the game itself. Take just 5 minutes to either check the game or separate software to make sure that you're seeing the most that you can see. 6, extra HUD stuff. Every game has a HUD, unless you're a psychopath or playing a game that's more for the experience. What's on your HUD? Is there useless stuff on it? Is it formatted poorly? Are there options to make it better? Can you customize it? If you watch pros play, do they have some elements you wish you had on your HUD? Get them. Load that simple, effective reticle. Position the HUD where it's actually going to be useful. Check your settings to see if there's an option that is simply turned off that would change everything. Number 7, mods or other tools. This is kinda a catch-all point, but there are so many extra settings for games hidden from the settings menu. Most of these are community-driven mods or configuration options. I can't get too specific, but odds are there are always ways that you can rebind functions, change aesthetics, or modify elements that are competition-friendly and something that all the best players are using. It's kinda like playing Dwarf Fortress without a tile set mod. It's not impossible, but it is suffering. Definitely check out guides for this kind of stuff. Number 8, your hardware. This is kind of hit on in talking about hertz, but are you playing an action game without headphones? Are you playing a racing game with a keyboard and mouse? You can, you psychopath. Are you playing a game with the mouse on your thigh? Are you playing a game with an actual mouse on your thigh? If you aren't getting the most of your hardware possibilities or have extra distractions, you're throwing away so much potential. Stop and take a serious look at your play area or tools. Compare them to someone who is at the peak of the game. You don't need RGB gamer hype equipment, but you absolutely will benefit from the basics. For instance, like a mouse pad that's wider than 4 or 5 inches. Please guys, stop doing that one. You're killing me, please. Stop. Number 9, self-care. Again, a bit less of an in-game setting and more of the setting or space that's around you. Water. Do you have some bottled water at your desk? No? Hydrate. Carpal tunnel totally sucks. Are you doing stretches every few games? Are you running on caffeine? Or good rest, physical activity, and normal people food? You're a gamer, not a fool. Fix this. Treat yourself right. Number 10, lastly, not reevaluating. If you haven't taken the time to look at all the previous stuff on your own, there's probably even more you're missing. Watch the gameplay of a talented streamer. Ask someone who's better at the game than you. Reach out to a guide specifically made for your game. Find out what you might be overlooking in that game's plethora of options. Now, almost all of these are going to suck a little bit at first. Maybe slight discomfort, maybe a different new look to your game, but please give yourself some time to stick with it. You'll get used to them quick, and when you do, oh man, it's going to be awesome. So, did you find something that you might need to change? No matter your answer, almost all of these apply to one very, very important concept I tackle in all of my coaching. Default. Are you using tools with their default value? Are you defaulting to your usual strategy? Are you playing on default settings? Are you defaulting to do the same thing over and over and over and over again? Are you a bot? No. Don't play like one. Check this stuff, change it now. Take that small step to simply be better. Anyway, thanks for watching. If I missed anything, I'm sure I did. Please let me know on my Discord server or in the comments below, or nope, that's actually just the 2 best ways. And thank you so much for sharing the video, liking the video, and thank you so much if you really like the video, like these lovely folks who are supporting the Patreon. They really help to make these videos possible, and if you help too, you get a funny custom drawing of one of these weird pillow guys. Ooh. Have a lovely one. See ya.